喂
係
okay, the streaming started. Let me share my screen for today's agenda. Here's my screen. Yep. Okay. We have several items today to discuss. The first one is related to our governance work items. Uh, Actually, it has been quite a while. I mean, about 2 months for nominating new maintainers and also new org maintainers and also stepping down Steve and Justin. So we needed to review the status and also there are some actions that Toddy already taken based on the comments from the issue. So let's take a look one by one. Then we will discuss the OCI 1.1 support. There is the flag used in notation sign command. We need to discuss and finalize the flag name. Then we will discuss something related to timestamping. We identified some issues and we would like to discuss it. And then Feynman have this item. And then later, if time allows, we will continue the charge. So last time we still have around 3 or 4 items in the milestone 1.2. So we needed to at least complete those 4 items charge. Okay, let me check whether Toddy joined. If not, I can start. No. Okay. So Toddy maybe join later. So let's start anyway. Um, Let me. Here are the items that Toddy lists. So let's walk through them one by one. I think I already opened one issue. Okay, the first one. Okay. It's about stepping down Steve. So Steve he wrote this issue for stepping down, and I think we also in this issue we also received comments from not only org maintainers but also from maintainers from different repository. I think Toddy also create PRs to move Steve to emeritus. So the PRs are linked under this issue. So I think maintainers for different repository, please review those PRs. Okay, this is from GitHub repo. This is from notation, and this is for notation go. So there could be other repository that need to take action. So please, repository maintainers, take care of those PRs. Okay, this one is for Steve. I think this is also for Steve. Yes. Um, then this one is for Justin Cormack. I created this issue um, proposing to move Justin to emeritus, and um, this issue got confirmed by Justin himself. And also we have some other maintenance comment on this issue. So I think we can move on to move Justin to emeritus for each repository from org maintainers. I think Toddy already took some actions on some repositories, so please, repository maintainers, also take care of those issues. Okay, if no question, I move on. Next one is adding gems. Yeah, this is actually from David. He's also from Docker to propose replace Justin Cormack with James for the org maintainers, and we have some discussions under this issue. And the last one is from Nias that he proposed to amend the current governance guide for nominate replacement, but it seems that we did not receive any PRs or proposal as a follow-up from Nias. So I'm not sure Pritesh or Vani didn't join today. So Pritesh, will you bring this back to
Sure, let me follow
uh,
with. Yeah, Vani was
yeah,
following. Vani was following or working on this. So let me follow with Vani. What
okay.
happened? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Pradesh, please help to also let Wadi know about this. So it's better that we can close this governance issue as soon as possible. Okay, and for this issue, once Toddy joined today's meeting, let's see whether he has some other comments. Okay, this one. Okay, this is the number of maintainers. Okay, this is the proposal for total 6 org maintainers. I think we reached the consensus from Shui as org maintainer, Todi and Steve at that time also org maintainers, Nias, Wani, Feynman. So maybe Pritesh, you can also comment on this issue so that we can have enough org maintainers to support this.
Yep, I'll look it into today.
Okay. I'm checking whether we need some PRs on this. No, I think we don't have any place that documented the total number of org maintainers, right?
Nope, we don't document. As far as I know, we don't document it anywhere.
Okay. Do we need to document anywhere or because once this issue we aligned, then this issue can be closed, but it's better that we can have some place to document it.
I'm not sure about that. Like, yes, we can document, but this value can change in future.
Yeah,
So
that's
we'll have to
true.
remember and update that also.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
for governance related proposal, I would suggest that we document it in the governance guidance. In the GitHub repository, we have a governance doc. So it will be much reasonable to document it. At least I think the total number of governance that org maintainers is designed to be 6 should be documented. And now we have a conclusion for that. So maybe document it is a much valid approach.
which file do you suggest?
It's the governance markdown file in .github repository. If the discussions
Okay.
only exist in the GitHub issue, which means this is still in active discussion without a solid conclusion. But if has been documented in the governance doc and has been approved by the major maintainers, I think that means it is already followed by the Notary Project community, and everyone should follow that conventions or the governance guidance. It's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. So for this one, let's also wait once Toddy join this meeting, we can align on it. Okay. I think Pritesh, you already, yeah. Thanks, Pritesh. Okay, next one is the domination from, yeah, by Feynman, and I think we have a Shui as org maintainer, Toddy, Steve at that time, org maintainer, Pritesh also. So based on the current, I mean, before yeah, we have if we do not count Steve, if we move Steve and Justin to emeritus, so that means currently we have 4 org maintainers. So I have this org maintenance group. So if we move Steve and Justin to emeritus, then we have 4 org maintainers. So I think for this nomination, it received 3 votes from Toddy, Pritesh, and Shiwei. I think it's it meets the supermajority rule. What do you think? Pritesh, Shiwei, any comments on this? If I mean, if the supermajority from all maintainers votes for this nomination, then we can take action to add. I think this issue is for me, add me to the org maintainers as a new org maintainers.
Yeah, I would say let's merge the other PRs and then we can say it's a super majority here because until we have merged the other PRs, it's not technically true. Like where
Yeah,
we are moving Justin and Stu to Emirates. Let's merge that PR first.
yeah. That PR Toddy already created. So let's move those PR first, then come back to this for the for adding a comment for the supermajority, right? Then we can create another new PR to add me to the org maintainer. I think the similar case for Vani. We have Pritesh, Toddy, Shiwei as current org maintainer. We also have folks from Docker to support, and also Mining. And yeah, similarly, I think let's firstly move Justin and Steve to emergers. Then we come back to this issue and create new PR for adding Wally and me to the new org maintainers. Any other comments? If no, let's move on. This is for me. This is for Wani. Then it is the governance improvements plan. So this one was actually created by Feynman last year. There are some issues listed in this. I mean, some issues, work items listed under this issue. So some we have completed. Some are not. And so I think we need to spend some time to work on some other issues that's listed here. Yeah, and do you have any thoughts about this? So roughly we have around 10, still have 10, maybe more than 10 work items. Yeah, around 12.
So which one are the important ones and we want to do it? Cleanup of state, we can do it whenever we want to. I mean, it's easy one, cleaning up of state branches.
Yeah, I think first is the org maintenance, right? So we just discussed that. Then with that, we should clean up the owners and the maintainers file within each repository.
And
This one,
on that, right?
sorry.
Audi is already working on the 16th, right?
Yeah, some PRs are out there. So anyone can, I mean, from Notation Go, this repo can help to check the stale branches. I think these are mainly related to implementation, right?
Yes.
So maybe Pradesh, Shui, or Patrick, since you are the maintainers for Notation Go, and I think maybe Notation Core Go, please take a look.
Can you just click that issue?
Yeah, it's just about this 3 repository.
Oh, I
So
see.
maybe let's just take a look for notation as an example to see what action we need. So the stale branch, I think it means the branch here.
So
These are
there's
not.
no, there are no style, yeah, no style one. Oh,
Those
this one,
two?
yeah. No, just one. Yeah, just the dev RC one.
This one, yeah, this one we need to continuously maintain it. So just this.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
let me take a look.
okay, so if no one has concerns, then we can just remove it.
Yeah, Pradesh, any comments?
Remove it. It's better than one person going and removing it. Yeah, I would just remove it right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think we can just remove it. Just click the trash button and yeah, it's just a trash button. Yes, it's removed.
Okay. Okay. I will later add a note on that issue. So let's check notation go together. Still?
Yes, can you just click the all button? Yes.
So I think the
For
last
the
three.
yeah, let's just let me see. For the second dependent board one, because the original pull request is deleted, so we can just remove it.
Which one? The third?
Yes, if you look at the pull request 305, can you just click that link? Yeah. As you can see, it's closed. Yeah, and
Okay.
we can just remove it. Yeah.
So Pritesh, any comments? So I just click.
That sounds good to me. Yeah. Let's remove them. How about Alpha 1 plus feature trust policy CRUD?
Yeah, I can remember that. That's 2 years ago.
Uh,
It
yeah,
might
maybe
be a
we can check this
POC,
later.
might be a POC branch that we discuss for trust policy management command line.
Yeah, can you just click that and see the complete history? Patrick, do you have any idea for this one?
Uh, sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
we can probably remove it because it's 2 years ago, and I don't think we are maintaining it. As you can see, it's like 100 more behind it.
Do
Yeah.
we know the creator of the branch?
How to check the creator? The very first?
Yeah.
It's not the very first. I
How to
think
go
that
to
was the same for the CRUD. Oh, I see. I think we can delete it. It's probably for the trust policy import export stuff, but in the notation go.
Okay. I think this branch was
No,
maybe
that's the first one. So for the
okay.
main branch, it's also the first one. Also, the Steve Laska's initial commit. So,
So let's just remove it.
yes, we can remove it.
How about the last two?
That's for the alpha one. We actually don't maintain them, so we can remove them.
Okay. Then the last repository is Notary Project. I think currently the name is specifications.
Correct.
The reverse one can be deleted because the related PI is closed.
How about the last one?
Yeah. Also for the second one, that's the cozy envelope. That PI has been merged,
Yeah.
so we can also delete it.
How about the last one?
Because we have already 1.00 released, then we can just safely remove it. That's for the draft.2.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at notation core goal. Then we can maybe yeah, to check whether any branches. Okay, it's clean.
It's clean.
Yeah. Okay. Then for this one, I will update. I will add a comment later. After this meeting, so probably this one we can close that. I think the health check review document. I think Feynman, you are working on this, right? Previously we discussed that
regular review.
Yeah. Yeah. Previously we discussed the cadency, for example, 6 months, then some process to follow for the health check, like we did the last time, the maintenance status, something like that. So
yeah, let me check.
Yeah.
I think this issue, we have no assignee for it at this moment. It's something like a contributor, not contributor ladder. I think this is not involved in the contributor ladder. It's kind of the annual review that we did for every CNCF annual review. Is that correct?
Yes, similar. And also as the last time, I created some issue to summarize the maintenance status. And as I think you also mentioned that for the incubating project from CNCF side, there are some automation way, right, to speed up the review. So at least I think maybe we can document, for example, what's the cadence that from Notary Project we will start the health check and what other contents for the health check, something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. So previously, CNCF requires the project maintainers to manually review the status and the health of the project, at least annual base. But recently, they enabled a tool, LFX Insight, to automatically gather the metrics and provide the metrics and dashboard for maintainers to review. I think it reminds me that we can have some automatic gather data and review the regular review process in the community. But we will need to define what is the reasonable cadence for us to review. Maybe half of a year review, or twice a year. I mean, twice a year for health review is a reasonable cadence.
Yeah, I think we just maybe create a simple document, maybe create a TR under the governance repository, a simple process that's from Notary Project community, what we are aligned on the cadency and also what kind of information we want to review. Yeah, I think we will not go through every details. We just need to know there are still some governance issues that we need to work on. One is related to the org maintenance and owner's maintenance file. Currently, we are working on that. And we just clean up the stale branches. And I think we will create a document for the health check. There are still really some documents related to the policy and the development process. I think we need to have people assigned for this issue. For the contributing guide, and I think we also have the contributor letter. I'm working on this, and for the contributing guide, we already have a PR reviewed several rounds. So just needed to maintainers to review the contributing guide again. And for the contributor letter document, I will later send out a PR for that. Yeah, we have three
Thanks.
actually related to contributing. This one also contributing. I also covered in the PR, and also this one. And for the branch policy and strategy, maybe we can have someone assigned to this issue. To see if any action we need to take. Yeah, I saw Todi Saji also joined. So I think we still have some issues here. So based on today's agenda, I also would like to reserve some time for other two topics related to the timestamping and OSI 1.1. So for this issues that left for the governance, maybe we can discuss next Monday for those unclosed issues listed here. Is that okay?
I actually had a list of other issues that are related to governance that I wanted to talk about. Have you looked at the agenda?
Yeah, those one we already discussed. We walked through those issues one by one from the first one. So we agree that we will stepping down Steve, and you already create PRs, and also for Justin Cormac, you already have PRs. We agree with that. For James, there is a comment from Nias, and Wani needed to follow up with Nias whether Nias will have a PR for the governance document. For this one, we also would like to hear your comments. Let me open this issue again. So Nias has some different opinions, and Wani is following up with Nias about this.
Yeah, so the ask is actually to act much faster on such governance items. I got pinged by the TOC, CNCF TOC this morning asking why we have not completed those, although we started them in January. So the goal here is to really go and get this closed as soon as possible. Keep in mind that such inactivity significantly kind of impacts the success of the project. So we
Yeah.
need to go and actually get these things done once we agreed on the what needs to be done and close the governance issues as soon as possible. And that's kind of, I don't see anybody. Oh, Pritesh is here from AWS. So the Pritesh, if we can get these things closed by the end of this week, that will be good because people looked at the project. So we had successful KubeCon, but once they go to the GitHub repository and they start actually noticing that, for example, we are not very good at governance and so on, and that kind of deflects them or makes them not sure that the project is going in the right direction. So we need to make sure that we are good at following up, especially on governance items.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I will ping
Can
Niall
you
on.
please talk with Nias and Vani on your side, and let's get these things done by the end of this week.
Yeah, makes sense. We'll talk to them.
Okay.
On side note,
So
I have
I
the other
go
PRs.
ahead.
On the side note, I have approved the other two PRs, other three PRs which you raised. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started working on those today. I will submit for every repository, most probably by end of tomorrow. And yeah, we need just two approvals because we already have the approvals on the issue. We don't need to wait for everybody to approve them. And we can go ahead and merge them as soon as we have repository approval.
Okay. So,
Thanks.
yeah, let's continue. For the number of maintainers, I think we have the majority, supermajority agree with the 6. So, we would like also to know that whether we should document this somewhere, for example, in our governance document or any other document for this conclusion. So any thoughts from your side, Toddy?
Yeah, it will be good to add it to the governance. So in general, we need to do kind of updates to the governance documents. So let's see what Nias will say on James kind of issue, and we can go and actually look at the governance stuff.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for you and Vani, I saw that we don't have, or I believe for Vani, we may have enough org maintainers that voted yes. I don't think for you we have enough people who voted yes. Again, Pritesh, kind of appeal to you and
Sorry,
AWS folks.
we
Go
counted,
ahead.
we have supermajority. Once we moved Steve and Justin to Emirates, we have supermajority in both of the issues. We counted that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I may have missed that.
We discussed this for me and Vani. So once we move Steve and Justin Cormack to Emeritus, then later we will see from the comments that we have a supermajority from current augmenters.
I can amend the current PRs to actually include you and Vani, so we don't need to create a new one. So I can go and actually amend the current PRs and just add you and Vani to the maintainers. So we'll need to maybe Pritesh, you and Shiwei, because I would see Shiwei approve the PRs. We may need to reapprove again, but yeah, I'm fine if we have enough for Vani and Yi, I will include them all in single PR, moving to Emeritus and adding Vani and Yi. Okay, I will do that tomorrow.
Yeah, how about that in the comments, I also mentioned that as Steve and Justin will be moved to the Emeritus, see those PRs, and we have a supermajority for me and Vani. I will add 2 comments that. Then Toddy, you can in your comment in your PR include all the changes. Then
yeah, I will do that. Okay.
And this one is what I just discussed. So I think we need more time to figure out the priority and also the actions we need to take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suggest that for next community meeting, we spend some time on this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is fine. The last one, actually, we did not approve the previous PR for
Okay, for Pritesh and Steve last time as the org
yeah,
maintenance, right?
for Pritesh, myself, and Shiwei.
Shui. Okay.
So we need to complete that one before I file the new one.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, so for this report, so maybe I think Shui, Patrick, can you take action today so that Toddy can create a new PR tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, I
Okay,
think that's
all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Toddy. Then let's move on. I think we have 16 minutes. So the next one is about the 1.1 support. So we have originally the allow referrals API, right? And for the sign, and according to our previous discussion, we will make this flag as a stable flag. And Brandon has some comments that because the allow referrals API is confusing, because actually notation sign will not use the referrals API. So it caused some confusion. So he proposed to rename this flag or add alias to this flag to call it false 1.1 capability. This 1.1 means the notation 1.1 and early versions. This is one proposal, and Pritesh think it makes sense. But Pritesh, you have another name proposal, which is force OCI 1.1. And here, this 1.1 means the OCI is back 1.1. And Patrick listed these two alternatives. And actually, Shui has a new one. The name is force referrals tag. So I think in this meeting, let's align on the name. For me, I vote for Shui's proposal because it is clear about the sign command. It is the reverse tag index file additionally stored in the registry.
Isn't the tag schema default one?
Yeah, the default one.
So if we do force reference tag, isn't it the default behavior?
Yes. So by default, the value is true.
But if I don't add the flag, what would be the behavior here?
Is still force reverse tag, as Shui explained. So actually, the behavior is not changed. It is the same as we aligned. In 2.x, we will update it. We will change the default behavior. That will be a breaking change. So we will do that in 2.x. For 1.x, the default behavior will always be, for the sign, will always be pushing the reverse tag.
That's counterintuitive, right? You have a flag with value set true as default. When you add a flag, the value should change, right? I mean, I see the intention where we are going with this. We want to minimize the change between the next major release and this release, but I mean, so if I want to use OCR 1.1, I will have to make it false.
Yes, and we are not the first one. Actually, if you use like something like Docker pull or Docker push, you will find there's a flag called disable content trust, and default value of it is true. And if you want to enable the content trust, then you will do something like Docker pull dash dash disable content trust equals to false, and then you are using content trust for Docker.
Let me digest that. Yes, but so default value is true, right? Because okay. I mean, it took me some time to understand what this flag means, so that's why I'm wondering what will the user experience here? So will it be just enable and disable in our case also? Why do we want to say force then?
It's actually what we are doing today.
Yeah,
So yeah, so basically, current notation 1 point star does not comply with the. I mean, it's compliant with the OCI 1.1, but not optimized for the OCI spec 1.1 because it will anyway push the schema tags. I mean, the refer schema tags to the repository, even if the remote registry supports the referrals API. So that's false. So I just made up the flag name the same as the behavior.
You can do something like disable schema tag or something like that, right?
Pardon?
Could we do maybe disable schema tag or disable fallback
No,
tag?
no, we cannot disable fallback.
No. What I meant is a flag name. Can we have disable schema tag, like -- disable fallback tag?
Then it's different thing. If you say disable fallback tag, that means if you try the refer API, if the remote does not support refer API, then it will fail. So that flag essentially means false refers API.
Yes, it's a client choice, right? What you're saying is when you push the signature, don't update the schema tag. I mean, don't update the tag, right? The fallback tag. That's what we're trying to say.
But the goal is that we want to just follow the OCI distributed spec 1.1. That is, we try to detect whether the remote server is supports a refer API or not. If not, then we fall back to referrals tags. That's the goal we want to achieve.
Right. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that can the flag indicate that you want to use the OCI behavior without kind of like calling it 1.1 or something like that? When you're saying
that's in the notation version 2. For version 1, we are trying to do backward compatibility.
right, so you still want to generate the fallback tag, right? Or you want to update the fallback tag by default?
Yes, that's for the version 1.
So
For
all we're
notation
trying to
version 2, yeah. So for notation version 2, we will change the default behavior to fully follow the OCI distributed spec version 1.1.
Yeah, no, what I'm trying to say is that can this hint not be through, like, I think what Pritesh was asking, can we make this flag like enable disable rather than a force, which is kind of a much more harder intention in some way, right?
yeah.
Like instead of force or CI 1.1, basically what you're trying to say is that don't put in the fallback tag, right? Or don't update the fallback index. That's what we're trying to say. But force or CI 1.1 also has another implication, which is if you have the OCI subject, then you use that. Otherwise, you update the tag, right?
Hey, what's the second implication? If you have the subject.
So if it's forced OCI 1.1, then what it means is that if the registry returns back a header saying that, hey, I've accepted the OCI subject, then it won't generate a fallback tag. But if the registry doesn't return that, then it will generate a fallback tag. So that's the correct behavior. But the point is, for the fallback to actually work, or as the default is, it'll always go to generate the index or update the fallback tag. I mean, that's the final thing that the customer sees. Is like they see a fallback tag, which means that, oh, it doesn't have the reference API. So I was thinking maybe you could just leave the fallback tag option as, hey, for now we say enable fallback tag, so the default behavior is maintained, and it would be true, and later the enable fallback tag would be false. So it'll kind of like, or like it doesn't, there's an option of optionally creating the fallback tag in the next version. Does it make sense? Or
Like
sure.
in next version, we'll have something like force the fallback behavior by with a flag, force the fallback behavior.
Yeah. If you want to in the next version. But in this version, all it's saying is that, hey, I will always want the fallback behavior or the fallback tag.
Yes. I think what he was trying to optimize the flag name so that we can reuse the flag name for next version of notation, also next major version of notation, and just change it value.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm of the opinion that it's better to just remove the flag so that people don't get accidental behaviors.
I agree there. And like I really like to specify a value for a flag. If there's a flag, I consider it as a value as true most of the times. So when I specify a flag, that's my intention. If we can go by that route.
So what's the suggestion here? To me, a false OCI 1.1 is strange. That means by default, notation is not OCI 1.1 compliant. That's why we need to force it.
We are not, right? If you're trying a by default one, we are not OCI compliant, right? The fallback tag
It's,
can only be used when reference API is not present.
not,
Particular value.
it's not really. We are actually still OCI 1.1 compliant. We are just doing extra stuffs.
That's what I think. I think the point is you want to skip the fallback tag, or you want to try skip the fallback tag, is probably the behavior that you want for the current thing. That's kind of what I was saying. It's not like you are not doing the right thing here. All you're doing is you're generating that extra index, right? And what you want to do is, I don't want to update the index, is all you want to say. And you can remove that flag in the next iteration saying that, nope, its skip is default true, and you can't pass it in. And maybe you can even change the flag in the next iteration if people really want it. So Shui, are you okay if we just call it skip whatever the fallback tag or something like that? The point is, I don't know whether we want to even bring in OCI 1.1 because it's a very underlying implementation detail, right? It doesn't seem like a user level flag, just putting on the scenario. But if you really want to use that, then that's fine.
I want to comment on these different proposals. Basically, I agree with Sajid that we don't need to clarify or don't need to use the OCR one-to-one or the OCR related behaviors to define the flag name, because users may not be aware of what the difference between OCR one-to-one, OCR 1.0, something like that. I'm thinking from end users' point of view, end users may only care about which format they want to use to storage the signature in the registry, right? They may know which OCI standard the registry support. So I'm thinking there might be two concerns if we change to a different flag at this moment. One concern here is that if we use the two proposals commented by Pritesh and Brandon, and also another proposal from Shui, I think this may let the OCR referrals invisible, because by default the default behavior is to use tag schema to store the signature. But if users want to switch to the referrals API, there's no obvious way to choose a flag with that. Although we have a false value to use referrals API, but that's very invisible to users. So I'm thinking what matters if we still keep the original allow referrals API in this implementation, because I think for notation, although it doesn't call the referrals API, but I think notation will detect whether the registry support referrals API or not. If it support, I think it will store this signature with the referrals API format. So my suggestion is that we can still keep the allow referrals API in this release and consider another reasonable flag name, or remove the flag in notation v2. Another concern is that for some registries that already supports referrals API, like Harbor Registry, they have already onboarded some documentation for notation signing, and they use the experimental allow referrals API flag in their documentation. So if we change the experimental flag name, it's not an easy thing to manage and make update all of those documentation outside the Notary Project website. For example, Harbor is an example that integrate notation, and we will need to work with some other partners to update their flag name.
On that, we will support the alias for sure. We won't drop that, but
I see. So the original allow referrals API will still be kept as an alias.
Yes, that will work, but we won't publicize that. Think it like this. If we know it, it will work. We won't stop. It won't stop working. At least for this release, we can do that.
Sajay has a proposal. For 1.x, we will use we will add a new flag, not new. We will add an alias to allow referrals API, like enable tag schema. And in 2.x, we will maybe add a new one. So if any user they want to use tag schema, they can use this flag to force to that. We already over time. Do you have still have 2 minutes? We can try to finalize this topic.
Or maybe we can move the discussion into this pull request, because we have at least 4 or 5 different proposals here. And Brandon is not involved in this meeting today.
I think maintainers here can, excluding me, I'm not a maintainer. So maintainers here should probably agree on something that makes sense for you folks. In the end, from a usability standpoint, it's like, we try to avoid exposing like the versions of things underneath and stuff like that, right? Because then even if there's a patch and we have a 1.2, then are you going to enable 1.2? That becomes really hard. Yeah, and to Shuai's point, I would say if you want to call it ensure tag schema or something that indicates, or if you want to call it force tag schema, that's also fine. But pick a flag name that is that doesn't have to be modified as soon as OCI goes to 1.2 or something like that. And I like Pratesh's idea is like just alias the tag as yes, it's there, but remove it from the docs and remove it from the commands so that in 2.0 it's not showing up anywhere.
Are we able to conclude this? I mean, the name? Yeah, I think generally we align some rules, right? We try to avoid OCI and also the version because it's not user friendly. Users do not know what is the OCI, what is 1.1, what does this force OCI 1.1 mean? I think this is one general rule we aligned, and another one is we will keep the alias, and we will update the document to remove the old flag name, but we will keep the alias so that the existing user can still access it. And then we will need to discuss what is the new name for that. I think tag schema is the could be the value in the flag, but it is just the action, right? Whether it is enable, force, or anything else. Okay, I think maybe Pradesh, can you comment in the PR? Is that okay? I think this is the proposal that Shui commented.
It's a
No,
bit different.
it's,
Yeah, it's different. So my one is force reference tag, but
okay.
the current site proposed is the force tag schema. Which one should we choose?
I'm fine with anything between that, yeah.
Tag schema, reference tag. Can we make a quick decision?
For me, so from end user's point of view, if users view the signature on the registry portal, they will see the signature stored as a reference tag, right? So there will be a new tag pushed to the registry for the signature. So I'm thinking maybe reference tag is much vivid to the signature storage format. Tag schema is something like an OCI language, OCI spec language.
I just use that because, say, Feynman, you said tag schema. If you want to stick with the reference tag, let's go with that. No, I'm fine either way.
If people are familiar with OCI spec and they know the difference between reference API and tag schema, I think tag schema is also fine. But I think most of the end users might look at the registry portal and see, oh, we have a very long SHA format signature as a tag, right? So maybe users might be much comfortable with using reference tag. And force reference tag means the signature will be stored with a reference tag, and there will be a new tag pushed to the registry.
Yeah, and flag value will be true, which is what we do with 1.0 right now. I guess that's what Pritesh is saying.
Yeah. Yes. So, Pritesh, could you comment in the issue for the two options you are also fine?
We'll do that. I will add a comment there. I need to drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks all.
Thanks to everyone. We have 9 minutes overtime. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.